I'm Shayla, 27, and I still can't believe how everything blew up in my face. One minute I'm in a steady 3-year relationship with Marcus, and the next I'm blocked on everything and labeled the villain in our friend group, all because I had a little harmless fun with his friend. Let me explain what really happened, because trust me, it's not what everyone's making it out to be. Marcus and I met at a mutual friend's birthday party 3 years ago. He was sweet, stable, had a good job at the community center working with kids, and treated me right. For the first 2 years, things were great weekend trips to Virginia Beach, meeting each other's families, moving in together into our cozy apartment near downtown. Normal couple stuff, you know? But then things changed. Marcus got focused on this big promotion to program director, staying late, bringing work home, always tired or distracted. Meanwhile, I'm working this mind-numbing job at Safeguard Insurance, taking calls all day from people who just yell about their claims. I'd come home wanting attention, conversation, anything, and he'd be half asleep on the couch or deep in some proposal he was writing. "Marcus, can we go out this weekend? Maybe try that new spot on Riverside?" I'd ask, and he'd look up like I'd interrupted something important. "Babe, I got this deadline. Maybe next weekend?" Always next weekend, next month, after the promotion. I started feeling invisible in my own relationship. That's when Keisha's housewarming party happened. I spent extra time getting ready that night, straightened my hair, put on that burgundy bodycon dress Marcus had bought me for my birthday but I'd never worn. Did he notice? Nope, just a quick, "You look nice," before going back to his phone, checking emails on the drive over. At the party, I was standing alone by the drink table when this guy walked up. Tall, fresh fade, smelling like expensive cologne, wearing a button-up that probably cost more than Marcus spent on clothes all year. "You must be Shayla," he said with a smile that lit up his whole face. "I'm Devin. Marcus and I grew up together." I'd seen him in old photos, but they didn't do him justice. While Marcus was off with his boys talking about basketball or work, Devin actually paid attention to me. He complimented my hair, laughed at my stories about crazy customers, and actually listened when I talked about wanting to go back to school for marketing. "Your man's crazy for leaving you alone at this party," he said, refilling my drink. Our fingers touched, and I felt something I hadn't with Marcus in months, a spark. On the ride home, Marcus was all, "I'm so glad you and Devin hit it off. He's like a brother to me. If he only knew the butterflies I got every time Devin smiled at me across the room." But it wasn't cheating. I wasn't doing anything wrong, just having a little fun getting the attention I deserved. The next morning, Devin slid into my DMs. "Great meeting you finally. Marcus is a lucky man." I smiled at my phone like a teenager. Soon we had our own text thread I'd check, when Marcus was in the shower or at work. Nothing inappropriate, just friendly banter, memes, checking in. I made sure to put my phone on Do Not Disturb around Marcus, not because I was doing anything wrong, but because I didn't need him misunderstanding the situation. I started suggesting group hangouts at TGI Fridays or watching games at Barley's sports bar. "We should invite Devin too, since he's new in town again," I'd say casually. Marcus thought it was great that I was finally warming up to his friends after years of finding them annoying. What he didn't notice was how I'd spend extra time getting ready, wearing those gold hoops Devin complimented once, refreshing my makeup in the car. My girl Tiana caught on quick though. "Shayla, what exactly are you doing?" she asked one night in the bathroom at Barley's after she caught me fixing my lipstick for the 3rd time. "I see how you look at Devin, and it's not innocent." "Girl, please. We're just friends. I'm with Marcus." "Then why are you acting single whenever Devin's around? Playing with your hair, laughing extra loud at his jokes. You're playing with fire, and you know it." I rolled my eyes. "It's just attention. Just fun. It's not like I'm sleeping with him." "Emotional cheating is still cheating," she said. But what did she know? She'd been single for 2 years. I had everything under control. The texts escalated gradually. Devin started checking in late at night. "You up?" Messages turned into deep conversations about relationships and what-ifs. "If someone isn't appreciating what they have, do they deserve to keep it?" he'd ask, and my heart would race because I knew exactly what he meant. We started meeting for coffee at the Starbucks across town when Marcus worked weekend shifts. Just friends catching up, I told myself. while deleting the texts arranging these meetups. Devin would sit close, sometimes touching my hand while making a point, saying things like, "If you were mine, I'd never let you feel unappreciated," or "Marcus doesn't know how good he has it." And I ate it up. Each compliment, each text, each secret coffee date made me feel alive again. I started comparing them, constantly Devin's designer clothes versus Marcus's plain hoodies, Devin's ambition at the hospital versus Marcus's contentment at the same job for years. The way Devin seemed fascinated by everything I said, while Marcus had heard it all before. I didn't realize how obvious I was being until my sister Kendra saw me texting at Sunday dinner. "Who's got you smiling at your phone like that? Because it sure ain't Marcus sitting right there," she said, loud enough for everyone to hear. I brushed it off, but the close call made it even more exciting somehow. One night, Devin texted, "What would you do if I told you I can't stop thinking about you?" My heart raced as I typed back, "I'd say that's a dangerous thought for both of us." "Dangerous doesn't mean wrong," he replied. I stared at those words for a long time. Part of me knew I was crossing a line, but the thrill of it, the validation I felt it, was addictive. The situation exploded on a Saturday when Marcus picked up my phone to take a picture while we were at the lake. I hadn't cleared my notifications, and 3 messages from Devin popped up. "Thinking about you. Can't wait to see you tomorrow." And "Marcus is working late again, right?" I lunged for the phone, but it was too late. His face changed in a way I'd never seen before, jaw tight. Eyes narrowed, like he was looking at a stranger. "What is this, Shayla? What the hell is this?" He scrolled through messages I thought I'd deleted, but were still there in the cloud backup. All those late-night conversations, the meetups I'd lied about, the increasingly flirty exchanges. I panicked and went on the offensive, the best defense, right? "You haven't been present in this relationship for months," I shouted. "Working late, always tired, never making me feel special anymore. What did you expect?" "So this is my fault?" His voice was dangerously quiet. "You're blaming me for you sneaking around with my friend?" "It's just texting anyway, not like I slept with him," I fired back. "And he actually listens to me, makes me feel seen. When's the last time you did that?" That's when Devin's car pulled up outside our apartment. Perfect timing, right? Turns out Marcus had texted him to come over while I was busy trying to explain myself. The look on Devin's face when he walked in and saw us fighting, I'll never forget it. Not concerned, not surprised, just cold. "You might as well hear this too," Marcus said, voice ice cold, "since you're both so close now." That's when the bomb dropped. Devin looked straight at me and said, "I was never interested in you, Shayla. Marcus asked me weeks ago if I thought you were acting different, and we decided to see how far you'd take it. I played along to show him who you really are." My world collapsed. They set me up? Made me look like a fool? I screamed, I cried, I called them every name in the book. How dare they play with my emotions like that? "So, all those things you said, those texts, the coffee dates, that was all fake?" I demanded, tears streaming down my face. "As fake as you've been to Marcus," Devin replied calmly. "A real friend doesn't let another friend stay with someone disloyal. I did what I had to do." Marcus just shook his head, looking at me like I was dirt on his shoe. 3 years, Shayla. 3 years. And this is how you act the minute things get a little routine? Looking for excitement with my childhood friend? "It wasn't like that! You pushed me away!" But even as I said it, I knew how hollow it sounded. They both walked out. Marcus packed a bag first, said he was staying with his brother, and Devin followed him without even looking at me again. Just like that, they were both gone, ghosted me completely. I called and texted for days. Nothing. Went from angry, "You two played me and I'm the bad one," to playing victim. I was just feeling neglected. "You pushed me to this." To begging, "Please talk to me, we can work through this." Total radio silence from both of them. Word spread fast. Keisha uninvited me from her birthday dinner with a simple text. "I think it's better if you don't come. Marcus will be there." Mutual friends viewed my Instagram stories but never responded to my texts. Even Tiana was distant, hitting me with that "I told you so" attitude without actually saying it. When Marcus finally came to get the rest of his things, he brought his brother as a buffer. wouldn't even look me in the eye. Can we please just talk about this? I pleaded. What we had for 3 years deserves more than this. What we had deserved more than you entertaining my friend behind my back, he said flatly. I was working hard for us, Shayla. That promotion meant more money, more stability for our future. But you couldn't wait, couldn't communicate like an adult, just had to go looking elsewhere the minute you felt bored. It wasn't like that, I insisted. Devin pursued me too. He wasn't innocent in this. Marcus just laughed, a harsh sound with no humor. Still can't take responsibility, huh? Devin showed me every message, Shayla. Every single one. Including the ones you initiated, the ones where you suggested meeting up, the ones where you compared us and found me lacking. I had no response for that. He grabbed his last box and walked out. That was 2 months ago, and I haven't heard from either of them since. Looking back now, I still don't think I deserved all this. Yes, I flirted with Devin, but Marcus checked out of our relationship emotionally long before that. And Devin? He led me on deliberately, encouraged the whole thing just to expose me. They're the ones who conspired and manipulated the situation. Sure. Maybe I shouldn't have responded to those first messages. Maybe I shouldn't have deleted texts or arranged those accidental meetups. But they didn't have to blow up my whole life over some harmless flirting. 3 years down the drain because Marcus couldn't handle that someone else found me attractive. Last week, I saw them both at the mall laughing like nothing had happened, like they hadn't completely shattered someone's life. They saw me too, but walked right past like I was a ghost. The ultimate disrespect. I'm trying to move on. Downloaded Hinge. Went on a couple dates. Nothing serious yet. My apartment feels too empty now. Too quiet without Marcus's basketball games on television or his shoes by the door. Sometimes I scroll back through our old photos, wondering where exactly we went wrong, or more accurately, where he went wrong that pushed me toward Devin. Next time will be different. I'll find someone who doesn't take me for granted, who gives me the attention I deserve without me having to look elsewhere. And I definitely won't be trusting any of his friends, that's for sure. Lesson learned, I guess, but not the one they thought they were teaching me. Because the real lesson here? People will always find a way to blame the woman when a relationship falls apart. I'm not perfect, but I didn't deserve to be manipulated, humiliated, and then discarded like I meant nothing. 3 years together, and Marcus couldn't even give me the respect of a proper conversation, a proper ending. So yeah, I flirted with his friend for fun, and now they both ghosted me. But trust me, they're the ones missing out in the end, not me.